Today I'm going to be leading you through a 30-minute power vinyasa sequence. So for your practice today, please have 2 blocks handy. We'll use them at certain points throughout the flow. And we're going to start today coming to a comfortable seat. So coming to a cross-legged position and just allowing yourself to sit up nice and tall, feeling each vertebrae stacking on top of one another. We'll take a cleansing breath to open it up, taking a full inhale. And an exhale, open mouth. And just taking a moment of stillness to invite your body to connect with the earth. Allow yourself to connect with your environment. Tuning into the natural rhythm of your breathing. And then we'll begin starting to lift the gaze if the eyes are closed. Flipping the palms up. Inhale, gathering the palms up overhead. And then on your exhale, come into a cactus shape with your arms. So we're going to pause here for a moment. So see if you can feel that external rotation engaging a little bit more by pulling the elbows forward, drawing the ribs in together, and a slight point in of the navel. Good. And then from here, we'll take an inhale, gathering the arms up overhead again. And exhale, returning cactus. Now from here, we'll take an inhale, slight twist to the right. So we're starting to feel that twist happening from the navel. And then exhale, starting to bring your left palm, outer right thigh, grounding into your right hand. So a twist to start to energize, rejuvenate through that center line of the body, gaze looking towards the back wall. Slowly begin to unwind back through center. We'll take an inhale, gathering the palms up overhead. And exhale, cactus. Now let's practice that again, pulling the elbows forward, starting to engage that external rotation in the shoulders, buttoning the ribs in, pulling the navel in. Gathering the arms up overhead, inhale. And exhale again, cactus. Now on your next inhale, starting to slowly twist over to the left, still feeling broad through the shoulders. And on the exhale, start to place your right palm, left thigh, and then grounding into your left hand. So sitting up nice and tall, still feeling that broadness through the shoulder space. And then we'll gently begin to return back to center. Inhale, gathering the palms up overhead. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. And just taking a moment to pause, collect at your center, and begin to bring forward an intention for your practice. Slowly starting to lift the gaze if the eyes are closed. We're going to meet coming into a tabletop. So beginning to feel the shoulders directly lining up over the wrists and the hips directly lined up over the knees. We're going to start to feel the balls of the toes tuck into the mat. So starting to engage your abdominals here, broad through the shoulders, lifting the knees off of the mat just about 2 inches. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, letting go. Again, inhale. And exhale. Slowly dropping the knees. We're going to inhale, arch through the spine, coming into cow. And then exhale, contract, pulling the navel in, coming into cat. Slowly realigning, finding that neutral spine. So the crown of the head reaching forward, and then the tailbone reaching in the opposite direction. Still pressing into the balls of the toes, lifting the knees just 2 inches. Good. Inhale, breathing full here. Exhale, release. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Slowly dropping the knees. Inhale, arching through the spine. And then exhale, contract, pulling the navel in towards the spine. Recenter yourself into that neutral spine. Begin to bring the hands forward, keeping the toes tucked, lifting the hips high, coming into your first downward facing dog. Now, depending on the anatomy of your body, you may need to walk your feet slightly in or back. So finding that place where you feel the tailbone lifting high towards the sky, so we're avoiding any rounding. And then from that place, inhale, lifting up to the balls of the toes. Exhale, lowering the heels. Using your breath, inhale, lifting to the balls of the toes. Exhale, lowering, getting to tune into sensation, back of legs. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Let's start to find a deep bend in the right leg. So a little more attention to the back of the left hamstring. We'll slowly begin to switch, starting to bend through the left leg, straight through the right. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale. And then slowly from this place, inhale, we're going to reach forward, rounding through a plank, taking one full cycle of breath. Inhale, exhale, and then slowly lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. Rounding again through the spine, rolling into plank pose, taking a breath. Inhale, and exhale, and lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. One more like this, rounding, broadening through the shoulders, keeping that core locked in. Inhale and exhale. Hips high, downward facing dog. Peeling up to the balls of the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Walk to the front of your mat, release, Uttanasana, forward fold. Now let's start with a deep bend in the knees. So relieving any tension in the low back, and then just a gentle swaying from side to side. If it feels good in this swaying, to grab for opposite elbows and just allowing the head to hang nice and heavy. Interlacing your fingers behind you, the low part of the back, and stretching the arms up overhead. As much as you can, see if you can pull the inner wrists a little closer together. Open up through the front of the chest and the shoulders. One more inhale. Good. And exhale, release the grip, forward fold. Halfway lift, so bringing the hands to the earth, the shins or the tops of the thighs, crown of the head reaching in one direction, tailbone reaching in the opposite. One more inhale. And exhale, bow to the earth. Now start to root to rise, arms out, palms press, and then on your exhale, we're gonna peel up to the balls of the toes, testing in with the balance. Yeah. Now keeping that core engaged, tucking the tailbone under. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, slowly lowering the heels. Begin to interlace all fingers except for the index. Inhale, reaching, lengthening through the side body, and then exhale, hips over to the left, arms over to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, hips over to the right, arms over to the left. Inhale, gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, swan dive, release, forward fold. Halfway lift, firming the belly, lengthen spine. And exhale, bowing forward. Begin to press into the palms, stepping the feet back, plank pose. We'll take a breath here, inhale, and then exhale, starting to roll over to the outer edge of the mat, grounding into the right hand, lifting the left arm high. One breath here, inhale, and exhale, both hands down, keeping the core engaged. Inhale, exhale, heels drop over to the other side, reaching the right arm skyward. One breath, inhale. Good, exhale, both hands down. Tuning in, lifting your right ball of toe up, inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lifting the left. Exhale, slowly lower. Slight pressing away from the mat, slight tilt forward, lower all the way down to your belly. Begin to release the tops of the feet, squeezing the inner thighs together. Press into the palms, inhale, lift the chest, lift the head, Bhujangasana. Maybe a little higher, inhale, and exhale, slowly release. Press into the palms, lifting chest, lifting head. See what happens when you lift the hands for a moment, lift the feet. So squeezing everything towards your center line, elbows connecting to the side of the ribs. One more inhale, and exhale, slowly release. Now keeping the elbows glued into the side of the ribs, tuck balls of toes, pull the navel in, inhale. Exhale, pressing up through plank. One breath here, inhale. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Taking a moment to connect with your feet, your hands, taking a breath. Full fluid inhale in. Full empty release it out. Great. Now starting to extend the right leg back in space. Square hips as much as you can. Energize back heel. Inhale, breathing here. Exhale, contract, knee into nose plank. Inhale, extending that right leg back. And exhale, contract, pulling the knee in towards your chest. Good. Inhale, one more. Exhale, contract. This time, inhale, lift the leg a little bit higher. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Re-square off through the hips. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, foot comes through in between both hands. Release the back knee, top of foot. Reaching the arms up and overhead, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Drawing the right hip back in space, broad through the heart. Gaze looks high, inhale, gather palms. Exhale, both hands down. Curling back toes, engage back legs straight, and then the arms are gonna float back to the side of the hips. Now we're actively engaging the core here, so we're not collapsing over the top thigh, but we're feeling, again, that broadness through the shoulders, pulling the navel in. Sweeping the arms around and forward, palms press. Inhale, breathing here. And exhale, flowing the arms right back down, side of the hips. Begin to interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale. On the exhale, you're going to straighten the arms, bend in the back knee. From here, start to evolve, bringing your arms into a cactus shape. And from here, on your next inhale, we're going to start to straighten both the front leg and the back leg, arms up overhead, palms connect. Good. And then we're going to bend in both knees, cactus. Again, inhale to straighten, extend through the side body, gather palm. Exhale, deep bend. One more like this. Inhale, straighten, gather. And exhale, bend. Now, keeping the tailbone tucked how it is, we're going to slowly begin to extend the arms up overhead and then engage the back leg straight. Gather the palms up, inhale. Exhale, float the hands down. And then we're going to inhale, hug the right ball of the toe. Exhale, lower it down. Lowering all the way to the earth. Inhale, pressing into the hands, lifting chest, lifting head. And exhale, slowly release. Pressing into the balls of the toes, pulling the navel in. Inhale, press up. And then from plank, press away from the mat. Inhale, exhale, lowering all the way down to your belly. Pressing into the palms, lifting the chest, lifting the head. And exhale, slowly release. Pressing into the balls of the toes, pull the navel in. Inhale, press up through plank. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Taking a moment to recollect, connect with your breathing. Inhale, breathing full. And exhale, open mouth. Beginning to extend the left leg back in space. Inhale, breathing here. And then exhale, contract, pulling the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, finding length, extension. Exhale, contract, pulling the knee in towards the nose. Inhale again, finding length. And exhale, contract, pulling it in. Inhale, extend the leg, maybe a little higher this time. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Re-square off through the hips, inhale. Exhale, pulling the foot through in between both hands, release the back knee, top of the foot. Sweeping the arms up, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Pulling the navel in, drawing the left hip back in space. Gazing up towards the hands, gather the palms, inhale. Exhale, lowering the hands down. Curling back ball of toe, engaging back leg straight. Arms float to the side of the hips. Now again, engaging through your abdominals, pulling the navel in, opening through the shoulders. Sweeping the arms around into the front of the room, gathering the palms, inhale. And exhale, sweeping the arms back by the hips. Interlacing the fingers behind you, still bent in the elbows. The exhale starts to bend in the back leg, stretch out through the arms. Reaching the arms into that cactus shape once again. Inhale, start to straighten both legs, gathering palms up overhead. And exhale, rebend. Using your breath to synchronize. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to bend. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Staying here. Inhale, extend the arms up and over. Exhale, start to straighten the back leg. Inhale, gather the palms, maybe the gaze lift. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, start to hover the left ball of the toe. Exhale to lower plank. Lowering the body all the way down to the earth. And tucking the toes, inhale, Bhujangasana, lifting chest, lifting head. And exhale, slowly release. Planting into the balls of the toes, engage the core. Inhale, pressing up through plank. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Taking a breath, inhale. And exhale, release, let it go. Great work. Inhale, reaching the right leg up. Exhale, foot comes through in between both hands. Now we're gonna heel toe the right foot to the outermost edge of your mat, about 2 foot lengths back. Ground into your left hand, peel onto the outer edge of your left foot, reach the right arm high. Continuing to press down and away through that left hand, inhale. And exhale, reaching the right hand back forward. Start to square off through your hips here. Now, this is where the blocks might come in handy if you need a little support. So the hands can come to the blocks, forearms can come to the blocks, or maybe forearms come all the way down to the mat. Now, if the forearms are down to the mat, making sure that you're drawing the heart forward, gaze looking in front of you, but not breaking that line in the neck. We'll take one more inhale and exhale. Good. Pressing into the hands if you're down to the forearms. Open through the heart just a little bit more. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to pull the navel in to take us to the back of the mat, bending in the left knee. Now the core is working here, so pull the navel in, lightly start to lift the hands. Hands come to the hips. Taking one more breath here. And exhale, lowering the hands down. We're going to come back to the front of the mat, peeling the right toes out, ground into the left hand, open into a twist. Inhale, reaching right arm high. Good. Exhale, lowering the hand. Now pull that navel in, that cat sensation, and then we're just going to begin to hug the outer right arm, inner right thigh, lifting the toes. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Re-square, inhale. Exhale, lower the foot. Roll through plank, inhale. Exhale, first vinyasa, lowering down halfway, chaturanga. Pressing through and up, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Reaching the left leg up, inhale. Exhale, foot comes through in between both hands, keeping that back heel up. Heel toeing the left foot back, so about 2 foot lengths. Grounding into the right hand, roll over to the outer edge of your right foot, reaching the left arm high. Continuing to pull the hips up, pressing down and away through that right hand. Inhale. And exhale, bringing the hand back forward. Re-square through your hips. Now, choice here again. Staying right on the hands if this is your max, that's excellent. Or maybe coming to the forearms to a block or all the way down to the earth. Pulling the heart through and forward, gaze looking in front of you. And then slowly begin to bring the hands back to the mat if you are down on the forearms. We'll take one more inhale, open through the heart. As you exhale, moving to the back of your mat, bend in the right knee. Keeping the core engaged here, we're going to take the hands to the hips, one breath here. Feeling into that fire, generating into the right quadricep. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Both hands come down. Walking to the front of your mat. Peel open that left foot, ground into the right hand. Inhale, lift the left arm high. Exhale, both hands connect. Pull the navel in. Use that as a way to slightly begin to lift the left toes, outer left arm, hugging against the inner left thigh. Inhale, reaching the leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Re-square, inhale. Exhale, lower both feet down. Rolling into plank, inhale. Exhale, lowering halfway, chaturanga. Pressing through and up, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Great work, taking a breath, inhale. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. All right, now start to bring the feet together. Looking forward, walk or float to the front of your mat. Release, Uttanasana. Now, a little space in between the heels, the toes are touching. Drop the hips, raise the arms, Uttanasana, chair pose. Pulling the navel in to protect that lower back. We're gonna take an inhale here. Exhale, start to shift weight forward to the balls of the toes. Arms swim back by the side of the hips. Inhale, one single point, dristi. This is a balancing sequence, so keep that point of focus. Exhale, start to lift the heels. Good, inhale and exhale. You're doing great. All right, slowly start to drop the heels. Inhale, reach the arms forward, gather the palms. Exhale, bowing forward, release, let it go. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Your choice, step or float back, vinyasa. We'll all meet, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, reaching the right leg up. Exhale, foot comes through and between both hands, glue the back heel down, open Virabhadrasana 2. Now from here, we're focusing on that external rotation, so the front knee tracking right over the second and the third toe. Now begin to flip the palms forward so that they're facing the side of the wall. We're gonna take an inhale, and then exhale, just a slight dip. Maybe the gaze goes high. Inhale, lifting back up, gaze forward. Exhale, slight dip, lifting the left arm. One more inhale, and exhale. Good, from here we're gonna straighten both legs, point the toes so that all 10 toes are facing the side of the mat, hands to the hips, inhale, slight lift of the heart. Exhale, engage your quads on the way down. We're coming into standing split. Now a slight shifting to the tops of the toes here, engaging through the quadriceps so you don't give the knees any trouble. And then we're gonna take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, bring the hands to the hips. So use the core to find that stability, lifting the torso high. We're gonna realign coming into that warrior 2. Flip the right palm, open into reverse. From here, inhale, breathing. Exhale, we're gonna bring the right forearm to the top of the right thigh, reaching the left arm up and over. Now pressing down and away through that right forearm so we're not collapsing in the shoulder. And then we're gonna reach that left arm around and behind you. Try to find a half bind. So the hands coming to that inner crease of the right hip. All right, we're gonna start to work those abdominals again. Lift the right arm forward. Gaze maybe looks to the right fingers. Keeping steady, keeping true to your breath. Okay, let's take it a step further. Keeping that half bind, you might need a block. We're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So taking that block a little forward in front of you. And then finding stability, begin to lift, taking your time, that back leg up. Steady, drishti gaze. And then micro bend in the front knee. Check your balance. What happens when you lift the right hand off? One more breath. And with control, Virabhadrasana 2. Reverse inhale. Exhale, windmilling the hands down. Square off through the hips. Lower the back knee. Inhale, we're rising up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, tuck back balls of toes. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Taking a breath here. Inhale, look forward, rebend in the front knee, ground the palms, vinyasa, flow it out. All meet downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reaching the left leg up. Exhale, foot comes through, ground back heel, spiral it open, Virabhadrasana 2. Taking your time to feel that lengthened back leg. And as much as you can, try to keep that front knee tracking over the front ankle, just not past it. Palms facing forward, we're gonna take a breath. Inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, slight dip. Inhale, finding length. And exhale, just a slight dip. Maybe you begin to touch the earth. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, straighten. This time, toes point forward. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind you, open through the shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, bowing forward. Just taking a moment here and standing split. Release the clasp, bring the hands forward, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the hips. We're gonna rise up. And then pointing those left toes back towards the front of the mat, rebend the front knee. Reverse, inhale. And then exhale, bringing that left forearm to the top of the left thigh, reaching the right arm up and over. Now begin to find that half bind. So the right arm is sweeping around behind you, finding that inner crease in the left hip. And then we're reaching the left arm forward. Okay, so start to look down. And then either taking your hand to the earth or your block, starting to evolve into Ardha Chandrasana. So as much as we can, we're trying to keep the hips stacked. And then micro bend in the front knee. Little test with the balance, good. With control, slowly coming back, Vira 2. We'll windmill the hands down, rebend in the back knee, open up into Anjaneyasana. Gathering the palms, inhale, exhale, hands lower down. Tuck back balls of toes and evolve back. Straighten in the front leg. Taking a breath here. Only meeting your edge, so no need to push past it. Good, micro bend in the front knee, ground into the hands, feet step back, vinyasa, flow it out. And hips high, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, slowly begin to bring the knees down to the earth, hips back to the heels, Balasana, child's pose. Just taking a momentary rest, feel the body surrender into the earth, feeling ease wash over the body, taking a full breath in. And exhale out. Lifting the head, gently begin to walk the hands back, rolling up through the spine. And we're going to conclude today coming into Virasana. So taking one of your blocks, placing it right underneath the hips, knees energetically coming in, inner parts of the feet resting up against the block, hands to the tops of the thighs. Your choice of whether the gaze is open or closed. And just starting to feel the impact and effects of your practice soak in, sink in. And allowing that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice to move with you into your day. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. We'll end by taking a full breath in, inhale, and exhale, open mouth. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Koren Kiener. Namaste.